Hey everyone, it's Jenny with Talk To Me Tuesday. It is Thursday, August 22nd. So this last week I had a pain block done, and so I ended up sitting in my chair pretty much way longer than what I planned on. But I'm getting older, so what I did is I had my husband bring my a larger monitor in by my chair, and I hooked it up to my laptop, and that way I could lay back in my chair and work on some of my EQ8 stuff. And that's pretty much all that I've done is work on EQ8 in the background. I did get one pattern done and test it. I didn't like the way it was turning out, so I redone the pattern and tried it again. And the second time it turned out pretty cool. So I'm really pleased with that. I don't like not having anything to share with y'all. And right now I feel like I'm on a mad dash to try to finish up this other project. So I was like, I really need something to work in between so that I have something to share, or so I guess it was probably during Hocus Pocus days, and I was getting crazy excited about paper piecing. I found these Doctor Who patterns that I really wanted to give a shot, and I just haven't had time to make them this year. So I decided, you know what, I paid for these patterns. I feel like I want to see them through. So this is what I'm planning on working on. You can't see it from there. Let's see. Okay, now just keep in mind that my printer is, it's not that it's out of ink, it's not wanting to, there's something weird going on with the ink, but all the 12 doctors are there. I was also kind of holding off on doing the pattern because I was hoping that she would go ahead and make the War Doctor and the new Doctor. But I received an email from her yesterday, and she doesn't intend on making either one of them anytime soon. So I feel like I want to give it a shot myself. I'm going to make a couple of the patterns, see how it goes, and get familiar with her style. And then I think I'm gonna add the War Doctor and the new Doctor myself. And then, of course, Phantom and Stitches also has some other Doctor Who patterns out there. I've been collecting them for a while now, so that's what I plan on working on. I'm hoping to get out at least one block a week. I don't want to overstress myself working on several patterns at a time. Sometimes it does, and I really feel like I'm on a deadline with the one that I am working on. So I'm wanting this to kind of be just one pattern a week. Nothing. That's my plan. Really good instructions from what I can see so far. The blocks, each block is 12 by 12. I'm thinking about using the dragonfly backgrounds, but each one of them being in a different color. So like maybe the green, and then the purple, and then the gray. But they have a whole selection of this dragonfly. It has become one of my favorite backgrounds because when I'm paper piecing, I like backgrounds that move, that have like a lot of flow, and that way you really can't see the scenes in that background as much as you could, too bold of a pattern. So the dragonfly with the little swirls and stars and stuff, they go pretty well for a background for paper piecing. So I'm thinking that's what I've collected up quite a bit of the dragonfly, different colors, blue, light blue, dark blue, green, purple, gray, black. So depending on the colors of outfits will depend on the color of background. I think it might look really pretty. I've seen a couple of this done in different layouts where it's multicolored, where she kind of just like shades it through the rainbow. I've also seen it with a solid, you know, the same background on all of them, and it looks really pretty. I'll have to wait and see. Once I get a couple of them together, then I'll kind of know if I'm leaning in the right direction. I'll probably end up doing something different with the border, and this is probably not going to be it. I'm going to end up at, you know, it's got to have a Dalek. It's got to have a Cyberman. It's got to have more. Who knows? It may end up being reversible. I don't know. Full pattern on the front and then a full pattern on the back. So, anyways, that's what I have going on this week, and I'm super excited about the Rankin and Bass quilt along right now. I worked really hard in the background testing patterns for them. I can officially say that. For those of you who don't know, every now and then I would reference a bubbles quilt, you know, that I was practicing on my bubbles quilt, and that was the Rankin and Bass, because every time a new pattern would come along, I would be like, ooh, bubbles, you know, like on Finding Nemo, bubbles, you know. So that's exactly what it reminded me of. And so I was testing in the background for it, so I'm super excited to see the patterns finally make it to life, and everyone's doing such a fantastic job on them. It's fun to watch. So anyways, excited about that. Got a lot going on this week. Doctor Who coming up, so y'all have an absolutely wonderful week. Bye.